Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I apologize for not being consistent with my posts. I'm doing my absolute best, but it's a little difficult because, as you can see, I'm a suit and tie kind of man now. So, you guys saw the title. Let's get right into it. Support and resistance. What is it? How do I identify it? And how do I use it to my advantage when I'm trading the stock market? I'm just going to share with you guys one simple particular stock to help you guys, get a little bit of an understanding of what support and resistance is. You guys already know based off my videos that I use a lot of trend lines and I say support and resistance all the time. And so let me break down what I mean when I say those things. All right, you guys. So here we have HOMB. This is the only stock we're going to be talking about today. I wish I could share you guys what I'm looking at this week, but in reality, I'm not looking at anything this week because I haven't gotten the time to wake up and actually do all my research. I've been falling asleep super early. I haven't been waking up on time to trade. And so everything's been going a little bit, sideways for me, but that's okay. We're still going to find time somehow, some way to get these trades on, get some positions in, and hopefully make some money in the stock market. So support and resistance, what is it? So it just sounds like almost what it is in the stock market. When the price is being supported from breaking through below a particular pattern, or when the price is resisting a breaking above a pattern. Support, resistance, right? So right here, you can see I have this descending wedge. We all know what that is, right? But at this point, I hope if you guys have been paying attention to my videos, a descending wedge would be kind of like, boom, when the price is trading in between a pattern like this, and then it should be breaking through that pattern like so. And so I do use the trend lines as a support and resistance. So you can see up here would be my resistance trend line, and down here would hopefully be my support trend line, right? And then what helped me out a lot was I drew this line right here where the price failed multiple times to break below. So that to me was a solid support. All right, that particular price right there is supporting the stock from breaking below that, right there. So I drew that line because one, there's multiple touches from the candlesticks right here. There's 1, 2, you can consider this almost 3, 4, 5, right? They're touching, but they haven't really necessarily broke below the line. Sure, you can get false breakouts. Support and resistance isn't always going to be clean. It's never going to be perfect in the stock market, okay? You're going to get these false breakouts like we did right here on this green candle. Of course, we broke through. Can't freak out at those, okay? Because unless it's coming down like all the way here, then something's probably going to be up, right? If it drops down 23% one day, your resistance or your support is probably not going to be that valid at that point. You know what I mean? But if it's just a minor breakout and it's coming right back up and staying around that support line, then to me, that's good support. And support, when it breaks support, it typically becomes a new resistance. And I'll show you what I mean. So let's take a look right here at this line, right? So I drew this trend, and we can honestly, we can draw it down here too. What difference does it make? It's an area, not an exact price point, right? So I drew this trend line right here. We had a break of my wedge, and honestly, you can draw one right here too. Actually, we had a break of my wedge, and we broke this little resistance right here. 1 touch, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches right there. Got a touch right here and a touch right here. We broke that touch, came coming down, broke it again, right? And then we have this other trend line that I drew, and this is now a support right here. So we broke above that of the descending wedge. We're breaking above that along with the EMA, which we also use as a support line as well. We broke above that, and now we're trading in this support and resistance zone right here. And if I zoom in on the 90-day, 1 hour, you can see how cleaner it is. You can see each individual touch, right? And each individual touch of the support and the resistance and where it's been trading. So what I would expect to see for something like this is, like I said, previous resistance typically becomes new support, right? And you can see as I drew that line, we had a failed break right there, and we broke it again right here. So how do I use that to my advantage when I say previous resistance becomes new support and vice versa, right? Let me remove this so you guys can get a better understanding. When it comes to a wedge like this, when the pattern is over here, right? When the charts are over here, and when we get a break of this wedge, and let's say we have a resistance right here, right? And then we broke that resistance along with the wedge. What I would want to see is to come back and that resistance become a new support. So now instead of coming down below it, I want to see this particular resistance that I said earlier, I want it to see become a new support. What I mean by that is when the stock pulls back, when it retests that old resistance, I would want it to see it bounce off of that price instead of break through that price point. Understand? So it'd be something like, boom, something like that. Wow, this is getting really messy. And that's how I use it to my advantage, you guys. It helps me get a better understanding of if I miss a breakout, right? If it breaks through a resistance and I missed it totally, I can wait for a pullback and expect, it's not going to be for sure, but I would expect for that particular zone, the resistance that we had, previous resistance, to become a new support and for it to break my pattern, break the resistance, come down and retest the resistance or my pattern. That's an area of confluence, and that would be a key time to get into the stock and take a position, right? So that was a good way for me to use this. That's a good way for me to use what I have right here for this particular chart. HOMB, my descending wedge. We broke out of the wedge, right? Came coming down, so it's a little bit of a false break. But look at where it bounced. It bounced right here, right on the edge of my trend line. Oh, gonna have to cancel this one short. But yeah, bounced right on the edge of my trend line, and we came coming up. So my trend line became a new support now. So hope you guys get a little bit of understanding. I'm sorry I had to end this one short. I do have to take off. But if you guys have any questions, concerns, ask me. You can comment, like, whatever, subscribe. I guess that's what everyone says. Just let me know.